Hey everyone, welcome back to Redemption Metagaming, where even 10 years later, you still can't understand what Alex is saying. Sorry for the car audio. You'll notice I'm in the same shirt if you're astute as the last video that I posted. That's because I'm making these videos the exact same day. Currently working, and by working I mean I'm driving back and forth to different places, so it makes it very convenient for me to toss my phone up on the dashboard, make a couple videos, tell you what I think. Because I'm going to think real hard whether I'm talking to you guys or not. So it gives me something to do, so thanks for helping me pass the time. I want to do a quick, and I mean quick because I got like 7 minutes to do a little quick intro of who I am from a redemption standpoint, because there's a lot of new faces in the community, and obviously this is this channel is very old, 10 years old exactly. So I want to give a little bit back on who I am, and hopefully that helps you guys understand my journey a little bit better as I document it on this channel. So I began playing Redemption in about 2003, late 2003. I was in a play group with Mike Birkenpass, who is the originator of the reg. So I kind of learned from someone who's involved with the game from a very, very early stage. That was at approximately the King's set, if I recall correctly. The first set that I remember dropping is Angel Wars Priests. I can't remember which one came first, but I remember those two set drops. I remember being excited about it. I remember going to pre-release parties, booster pack parties when they came out, that type of thing. I'm from the Pittsburgh area. We had a pretty good play group, 10, 15 people at the time. I started playing when I was in 6th grade. So this is very much like my middle school, high school years. So it's kind of old enough where once my parents kind of had met Mr. Birkenpass, who also taught at my school, which helped. I was able to travel with him some, so I went to a couple of regional tournaments with him and other members of my play group. I went to a couple of states. By the time I got into high school, I had started playing a lot online, a little bit more seriously. I got involved with the community through the boards, that type of thing. And went to my first nationals in 2008. Really enjoyed it. Started to get a little bit more connected with some of the faces I knew from the boards. I'd say over the course of the next 2-3 years, really started to dive into Redemption. I graduated high school in 2010. Went to Minnesota Nationals. I believe Boston was 2010. Boston was 2010. Went to that, and then went to Minnesota, Knoxville, and New York kind of consecutively after that. I have one national title in booster draft. My best Type 1 2-player finish, I believe, was 7th. I think I had 3 straight top 10s, if I remember correctly. Kind of that'd be 2010, I got 7th. 2011, Knoxville, I think it was either tied for 7th or 9th, and then I believe I got 11th. Yeah, maybe it was 11th, so maybe it wasn't 3 straight. 11th at New York. I also started playing Pokemon in that time, and that's kind of how this channel happened. Westy and I, Westy's the other guy who was on this channel back in the day. We started playing Pokemon together, and they had a lot of resources similar to this channel where people were just talking about the meta, talking about card lists, deck lists, all that type of thing. It really helped us become competitive with Pokemon right away. Westy actually won a state title in Pokemon. I got top 11th at a 200-person regional. So we had some good finishes. Obviously not we weren't incredible, but we were competent. We knew what we were doing. A lot of that came down to just being able to get on these resources really easily and quickly. We thought like Redemption needed something like that, and it didn't exist. And frankly, it kind of still doesn't exist. That's been the most interesting part about coming back to this community and kind of seeing some of the things that exist. So I know I watched a couple videos from Joshua Potrats, which were great, very good videos, very well thought out, but there's not a lot of them. And again, that's not his fault. I'm not trying to criticize him. The content he has there is very good, but if I'm a brand new player to Redemption, there's really not a lot for me to look at or a lot for me to learn, even if I have a background in other card games and I can pick this up relatively quickly. So originally, Westy and I were really trying to fill this gap. But I also think at the end of the day, Westy and I were, at least speaking for myself, were very much trying to solidify myself in the community. at that age range of that 18 to 22 year old, I think you tend to think you're at the top of the world. You can do no wrong, that type of thing. So I even watch some of my old videos and like, not that I would feel like I was wrong about things, but very much I feel like I carried myself in a very aggressive way. And some of that's going to be my personality. Some of it's I'm going to be very confident and brash in my opinions. But I also think there's definitely some times where you could see like, I'm trying to portray myself as a little bit more advanced than I was, perhaps. Is that if that's fair? And a lot of that just comes down to I was really trying to validate myself to myself as a top tier player. So a lot of the interactions that I see when I look back on them, I really see myself as someone kind of desperate for that validation of a Nationals title. So booster draft, even though it was booster draft, was a big deal for me. If I won a constructed category, I think it would have been an even bigger deal. In God's providence, I did not win a national title in a constructed category, and I think that was probably for the best at that time in my life. But now, like I mentioned, this has been a 10-year hiatus for me, pretty much. Last Nationals I went to was 2013. Westy and I kept up with this and did a couple podcasts over the course of the next year or two, probably about a year and a half after that Nationals. And those were posted, I believe, through Land of Redemption. I tried to dig them up real quick, but I don't think that they're there anymore. It could just be I don't know how to find Land of Redemption. That's fine. I'd find the resources on Land of Redemption. I found Land of Redemption itself. So I think that kind of covers it. I could go a lot more in depth in kind of like what my philosophies as a player are and what my thoughts are on these types of card games in general. But hopefully that helps to give you some background. I think the biggest takeaways I want you to hear is that, I was a decent player. I knew what I was doing. I spent a lot of time playing Redemption, and because of that, like I have a good background of what it takes to be successful in the game. But also, I think I was hamstrung by who I was as a person inside of the game as well. And I'm really excited for the chance to consider we'll call it a reset, a refresh, or restart in the game, and see how can I approach it more maturely as an adult. So thanks for coming. Again, smash that like, comment, subscribe. Smash it. You have to. That's what all you YouTubers do these days. Awesome. I'll see you guys next time. Like I said, I'll probably be doing a little bit of a personal background so that you guys know what's been going on with me for the last 10 years. Reintroduce myself, those types of things. Awesome. See you guys soon.